Out of the way, pigeon! Whoa! What a knobhead! Whoa! Thank you very much. That could have been a bit emotional. All my life. I'll see you boys in a bit. Today we're on the speed triple. See, they're just warming up over there in the distance. Absolute beast. Ooh. We've got a story to talk about today. You've probably seen it in the thumbnail, haven't you? Everybody's probably talking about it. Well, unless you've been living under a rock or you're not into motorcycles, which means that you're probably not watching this. Cool, Bennett, what was that in the road? You won't be watching this video. That was epic, wasn't it? The state of UK roads. You'll notice that Superbike Factory have put a notice of intention to go into administration. This could potentially go in one or two ways, isn't it? So worst case in it is that they're going to fold. Best case is maybe someone will buy them out. Let me know in the comments box below if you've ever bought a bike from them. I've had two bikes from Superbike Factory. The first one I bought was a Aprilia RSV 1000, and then obviously in my garage now is the Royal Enfield Classic 500 that I bought from them while I was recovering from my car crash. And both experiences with them, I've got to say, were crap. I don't know if you've seen my previous video with the RSV. I bought the RSV from them, and it was an 03. Well, I think it was it was an 03 bike, and I didn't find out until about, I think it was a year later. Dave was servicing my bike, and on the back, on the swing arm, there was a carbon fibre cover. Didn't think anything of it because I bought it from Superbike Factory, you know what I mean? They do all their checks, blah blah blah, and yeah, took it off just to have a look underneath, and there was a massive gouge in the swing arm. So which they didn't tell me about when I bought the bike. So yeah, not happy about that. Because obviously when you go on to sell the bike, you've got to let the other people know, haven't you? Which means you've got to knock some money off, and then you're going to lose some money. Yeah, not impressed with that. And then when I bought the Royal Enfield, picked the bike up from, that was the Yorkshire one, whatever branch that was, and they were a bit poo in there, to be honest. Just gave me the keys, rode it home. Halfway home, pulled in to get some fuel, and a couple of the bolts had fallen out of the that were holding the exhaust pipe on. Yeah, not happy. And then obviously I had my issues with the bike a bit later on down the road. So yeah, my experience with it with Superbike Factory has not been good, and a lot of people have had similar bad experiences with them. Some people have had good experiences, but from what I've seen on Reddit, Facebook, all those types of pages, a lot of people have had very bad experiences with them. So, as you probably know, Superbike Factory formed in 2010. I think they bought out the, was it the Revit, or yeah, Revit, wasn't it? Revit, who used to sell bikes. And the majority of their bikes they get are from, like, you know, like you got their version of We Buy Any Car. So basically they mug you off, don't they? Give you the lowest price they can get for your bike, and then they flog it on, don't they, in their showroom. And I'm guessing they haven't been doing the checks on the bikes and that. And you know, they just clean them up and sell them on. I'm guessing this is what's happened, and obviously people have had bad experiences. So yeah, cut to now, 16 years later, and it looks like they're about to fold. Not good for the people that work there, which is not a good thing, I suppose. But was it inevitable? I'm guessing it probably was inevitable at the end of the day, because of all the bad press that they were getting. They did try and turn it around. I noticed that there was a few YouTubers, influencers, that were making videos with Superbike Factory, going there and, you know, having a good day, taking the bikes out for test rides and all the rest of it, all the good stuff, blah blah blah. but probably, I'm guessing, too little too late. Not good at all. Yeah, let me know in the comments box below. Have you had a good experience or a bad experience with them? Because like I said, most of the people that I speak to, people have just had bad experiences with them. Not good at all. I'm not too sure if they've got someone to buy out the company. I know the latest CEO or whoever it is who's in charge is trying to turn it around, but it'll be interesting to see if they can, you know, turn it around. Maybe they're going to have to go down to one big superstore again or whatever, but we shall see. I mean, I read a couple of things going on about new bike sales, and you know, and how in the UK, so you know, the UK particularly is not going great for bikes. But then again, I've seen lots of youngsters out in a minute getting bikes. And I've got a mate at the minute. He's just gone out. He's getting into bikes. He just bought himself a 125, so he picked that up this weekend. So can't be all bad. Quickly pop in here and have a look, see what's going on in Crazy Horse. I see that there's a what do you call it, Centurion over there. I recognise him. That's James. What's going on in here? Alright, let's see what these guys have got for sale. It's a bit quiet. You'd think it'd be heaving, wouldn't you? But then again, look at the state of the weather. It's been an absolute uber heat wave, and now it's gone to this. It's poo. While I've put my gloves on, I'll tell you a quick story about James from the Centurions. He had two bikes. I don't know if he's still got two bikes now, but he had two Harleys. He's obviously got that one there, but his wife didn't know that he had two Harleys. So what he did was, in his garage, he built like a false wall. So the new bike that he bought, he hid behind the false wall. Bit extreme, innit? Blokes will do anything, don't they? Doesn't matter, does it? You know what I mean? Men, we just don't grow up, do we, blokes? It's absolutely shocking. So yeah, so he didn't get told off by the missus. He built a false wall. Absolutely bonkers. Back to Superbike Factory then. So yeah, let me know in the comments box below. What, you know, what's your, you know, have your interactions with Superbikes? Have you bought a bike from Superbike Factory? Did you have a good experience with Superbike Factory? Or was it like mine? I've had two experiences with them and it was poo. But, you know, have they got it coming? Are they asking for it? Or, you know, do they deserve to go broke? You know what I mean? Is it the natural, you know, evolution, innit? They go broke and another company springs up and starts, you know, selling bikes. I would think they probably do need to go broke and someone else needs to come in, rename it, rebrand it, you know, and do it. I mean, is this like bike like supermarkets a good idea? We've seen it with cars, haven't we? We buy any car, we just get mugged off and ripped off. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Let me know. So with that being said, I'm going to end that video there. So like I always say in my videos, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, smash that red subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, hit the notification bell. That way every time this idiot uploads a video, you will get notified. And that, my friends, is Jim Diesel out. Yeah, you just stand in the junction, mate. You absolute melts. There you go. Why stand there? That was just a ridiculous place to stand, wasn't it? People are just absolutely retarded.